now with the armorer making her like kind of like the lead Mandalore that walks in both worlds, I guess she's gonna try to go to all these different areas where Mandalorian creeds are. She's gonna start this like revolution where you have this like Mandalorian sovereign state, and I guess they're gonna help people and try to officially overthrow whatever was like, I guess, like the order or whatever is there currently that's left of the Empire. I guess that's where they would go. Is that your thoughts on it?
I just don't know why. Like, what? Like, it's not, the Mandalorians aren't the police of the galaxy. You know what I mean? They are, for lack of better words, a lot of times like they're hired guns. They're just, they're mercenaries. That's a part of their culture. So it's like, what? Other than the fact of the added benefit of getting the Empire out of their hair and not having to worry about, I guess actually, let me reverse my train of thought here, because I do get the point of it now that I'm diving into it on this level, that they probably want to eradicate the Empire because the Empire is the entity that destroyed their home planet. So if it's going to be out of a revenge type of deal, then I can understand it. That would make a little bit more sense if, since Moff Gideon and the Empire destroyed Mandalore and put them in this position where they lost most of their population, they got massacred, and then they had to go into hiding for X amount of years. If we're going to spin it to we want revenge on the Empire for doing that to us in our home planet, making us, almost extinct, then yeah, cool, I can get behind that. It's just more about the how and in what way are we going to go about it. Like, are we making a search for all remaining Mandalorians and trying to bring them together? Or are we just going to try to bring these two factions together, the ones that are cool with taking their helmet off, the ones that aren't cool with taking their helmet off? Is the armorer going to bring them all together and say, this is my word and I have spoken and this is the way? And is everyone going to be like, yeah, cool, armorer, you're right again? Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I guess my biggest thing is what's the next steps now? Because obviously she is recognized as the leader of the Mandalorians. It's one of those now where, in what capacity does her leadership move forward? And now is she going to go back, like I said, bring everyone back, bring that whole fleet back to Navarro and meet the other faction of the Mandalorians where Paz Vizsla is and the armor is, and they're all going to come together and shake hands and decide that they're going to be one collective community? Or is it still, I don't get it. Are we going to just start trying to find every single one of the Mandalorians that are left in the galaxy, or as many as we can find, and bring them back, and we're just going to rebuild the planet and just hope that our two factions get along, even though one is stuck pretty closely to the creed this entire time, the other one kind of does their own thing? Like, what's the benefit to either way, and is that going to start causing conflicts among it? And there's just a lot of questions that come about now that we are trying to join the two different forms. Again, I keep using the word factions, it's the only word I can think of. The two different factions of Mandalorians together. I don't get how they're going to coincide peacefully when maybe I think the Children of the Watch would somewhat look down on the other ones because they don't follow the way that they do and the creed that they do, and so they think they're like not as Mandalorian as them, and the other ones are like, dude, we're just the same as you, we just aren't going to take every single word of a scripture with a grain of salt. So I don't know if we can if they all come to an agreement. Maybe the armorer tells them, hey, everyone can remove your helmet now, it's all cool. But then if that's the case, what the hell is even the point of having it like that in the first place if we're just going to get to this point where we're like, it's a free-for-all now, guys, all good? I don't know, man. It's just that's what I'm kind of my biggest question is with this whole thing, is now that Bo-Katan is pretty much the recognized leader of all the Mandalorians, where this goes from here as it pertains to the two communities